Thanks for clicking on to WMUR.com. I'm meteorologist Derek Weglars. A bit of an overcast day for much of the state as expected. Temperatures mild as well in the 30s and lower 40s, but a beautiful sunset too. In the North Country in places like Plymouth as you look north into Coos County. This is the look at radar. Again, a bit of a fine line between some sunlight at sunset this evening and just total overcast elsewhere. And sure enough, our next round of rain showers is starting to line up to the west here. The activity is concentrated in both New York State and even up through parts of Canada. And this will begin to move in from the west as we go into the overnight hours tonight. And there's this huge connection of moisture further south and west into the plains, and this will gradually work its way again further north as we go into the day tomorrow. I think it's a lighter rain overnight tonight. It's not until early tomorrow morning where the showers are a little bit steadier. A few areas of wintry mix up in the mountains, but we are focusing on strong snow squalls Monday evening, and then behind that, a bitter blast of cold air out of the Arctic. And this is just one of two that we are expecting in the forecast. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So this is midnight tonight. Futurecast a little bit bold with the extent of snow. I think it's mainly confined to the mountains, and temperatures are right around freezing. So there could be some pockets of sleet and freezing rain. Where most folks live, though, out of the mountains, it is a cold rain overnight tonight, and that'll take us into early tomorrow morning in terms of rain falling from the sky. Tonight, again, we're down into the lower and middle 30s north, upper 30s south. That's where the rain will be confined for the entirety of the activity tonight. And for tomorrow, look at this. Many spots are back up into the upper 40s before this cold front works its way in. In fact, every spot will hit 40 for a minimum as we go into the afternoon. Keep that in mind as we start to dive into the forecast here. Here comes Monday afternoon, a bit of a break in the action. In fact, some sunlight will begin to pop out as we go into the afternoon, but there is a line of snow squalls that will begin to form as we go towards the evening commute and beyond. You can see this very sharp dark blue line that begins to pop up here in Futurecast. This marches south across the state as we go past sunset. This is 9 o'clock. The lines through Concord and Rochester. Again, strong snow squalls here, and then it'll clear the state and into Massachusetts as we go towards 11 o'clock as you're checking in with Mike tomorrow evening before a clearing trend as we go into early Tuesday morning. So this is the timeline of when squalls will arrive. By 5 o'clock through Plymouth and Conway, at 7 or 8 between Laconia, Concord, and Lebanon. By 9 o'clock through Manchester and Rochester, then by 11 o'clock, we're talking about this into Massachusetts. The concern with this, after the line clears through, we are expecting temperatures to plummet as we go towards midnight from the 30s into the upper teens. This is a flash freeze, and any snow that were to melt on roadways as the squall line goes through will result in rapid icing. To that point, we are expecting high travel impacts through 11 or 12 o'clock and then rapid improvement as we go into early Tuesday morning with some treatment of various surfaces. Then we get into the cold air Tuesday morning. These are wind chills to start things off on Tuesday, 10 to as much as 25 degrees below zero to start, and there's not a whole lot of improvement as we go into the afternoon. The air temperature will help things alleviate some, but not a whole lot. It's still very gusty. To that note, the wind chill watch is now in effect for northern New Hampshire, mainly Coos County, as we look at the worst of the cold to arrive on Tuesday. Once we get beyond this, look at this. Temperatures will rebound into the 30s and lower 40s for Wednesday and Thursday, and the polar vortex cannot escape the region as we go into the end of next week. So to that point, there will be a second shot of Arctic cold on Friday, with temperatures free falling again into the 20s before some improvement for the end of next weekend.